If you are drinking a glass of freshly pressed fruit juice every morning because you believe it is good for your health, or if someone in your family has been diagnosed with fatty liver and still reaches for that bottle of natural fruit juice every day, please stop and watch this video from beginning to end. Here is something that surprises most people. Doctors say fruit is healthy and natural. That statement is not wrong, but it comes with a critical condition attached to it. That condition is that you do not already have fatty liver disease. For anyone who does have fatty liver, drinking fruit juice daily is not healing the liver. It may be silently and rapidly destroying it. And the science behind this is now very clear. Consider the scale of this problem first. In Korea, the prevalence of fatty liver among adults over 20 years old is 39.3%. That means 4 out of every 10 adults already have fatty liver. Among men, the figure is 55.6%, meaning more than 1 in 2 men are affected. These are not small numbers, and a significant portion of these people are consuming fruit juice daily, believing they are doing something beneficial when in reality, they may be accelerating liver damage with every sip. The entire issue comes down to one molecule: fructose. Fructose is found in natural foods like fruit and honey, and also in processed high fructose corn syrup. Many people assume that fructose from fruit is completely different from fructose in junk food, and that natural fructose is harmless. But the liver cannot tell the difference. Once fructose enters your bloodstream and travels to the liver, the same dangerous metabolic pathway is triggered, regardless of whether that fructose came from an apple or a candy bar. Here is why fructose is so uniquely harmful to the liver compared to glucose. When you eat regular carbohydrates like rice, the glucose produced is distributed throughout the entire body for energy use. Every cell, muscle, organ, and the brain all participate in burning that glucose. Fructose behaves completely differently. After intestinal absorption, approximately 70% of all fructose goes directly to the liver through the portal vein. The liver essentially takes on the full burden of fructose metabolism alone. And it processes fructose roughly 10 times faster than glucose. Because the enzyme responsible, ketohexokinase, is 10 times more active than glucokinase. That speed creates a cascade of serious problems inside the liver. The first is ATP depletion. Clinical research has shown that when fructose enters the liver, it is phosphorylated so rapidly that cellular ATP, the energy currency of the cell, drops dramatically within just 5 minutes. Even after 60 minutes, ATP levels in the liver have not fully recovered. A liver with depleted energy cannot perform its normal functions properly. The second major problem is an explosion in fat synthesis inside the liver. This process is called de novo lipogenesis, which means the liver manufactures new fat directly from the incoming fructose. Research has found that in people with high liver fat, de novo lipogenesis was 3.5 times greater compared to people with normal liver fat. Another study found that just 3 weeks of excess carbohydrate intake increased liver fat by 27%, while total body weight increased by only 2%. The fat accumulates inside the liver far faster than it shows up anywhere else. Critically, fructose drives de novo lipogenesis far more powerfully than fat or glucose. Even a high-fat diet is less lipogenic in the liver than a high fructose intake. The third problem is a surge in uric acid, which triggers severe liver inflammation. When ATP is rapidly depleted by fructose metabolism, uric acid is produced as a byproduct. Elevated uric acid activates the inflammatory signaling pathway, known as nitrogen monofluoride Kb inside liver cells, which drives a surge of inflammatory cytokines, including TNF-alpha, interleukin-6, and interleukin-1 beta. This is the point where simple fatty liver, called NAFLD, transitions into non-alcoholic steatohepatitis, or NASH, a far more dangerous condition involving active liver cell death and fibrosis. NASH can progress to cirrhosis and eventually liver cancer if not addressed. Now here is the crucial distinction that changes everything. Eating whole fruit is fundamentally different from drinking fruit juice. When you eat a whole apple, the dietary fiber in the fruit acts as a buffer, slowing the absorption of fructose so it enters the bloodstream gradually. The liver receives a controlled, manageable dose. But when you juice that apple, the fiber is removed and only concentrated fructose remains. The result is a rapid flood of fructose arriving at the liver all at once. With nothing to slow it down. The fructose numbers are significant. A 200-gram apple contains approximately 11.2 grams of fructose. A single commercial bottle of cold-pressed juice often contains the equivalent of 3 to 4 apples worth of fructose, which means 30 to 45 grams of fructose in one serving. The World Health Organization recommends keeping total free sugar intake below 50 grams per day for a 2,000-calorie diet. A single bottle of juice can consume 60 to 90% of that entire daily budget before breakfast is even finished. So what should people with fatty liver do? The answer is not to eliminate all fruit. The approach is to change how fruit is consumed. 3 practical guidelines make a significant difference. First, always eat fruit whole, never juiced or blended into a juice. Fiber must remain intact for the fructose absorption rate to be controlled. Second, keep daily fruit intake to 100 to 200 grams at most. Half an apple, 7 or 8 strawberries, or a small handful of blueberries is a reasonable portion. Third, choose lower fructose fruits like strawberries, which contain about 2.5 grams of fructose per 100 grams, and blueberries at around 4.9 grams per 100 grams, over high fructose choices like mango, grapes, or cherries. Here is a simple 7-day plan to begin protecting your liver starting today. On day 1, remove all fruit juices from your refrigerator and check nutrition labels for total sugar content. On day 2, replace your morning juice with black coffee, which research shows may help reduce liver enzyme levels and slow fibrosis progression when consumed at 2 to 3 cups daily without sugar. On day 3, satisfy a craving for sweetness with 7 or 8 whole strawberries instead of any juice product. On day 4, focus on drinking 1.5 to 2 liters of plain water throughout the day, with a slice of lemon if desired. On day 5, rearrange your meal order by eating vegetables and protein before carbohydrates to reduce the glucose and fructose load on the liver. On day 6, check condiments, sauces, and dressings for hidden fructose or high fructose corn syrup listed in the ingredients. On day 7, reflect on the week and notice any changes in energy or digestion. Consistency over the coming weeks and months is what produces measurable results in liver enzyme tests. 2 important cautions before you go. This video provides health information and does not replace medical advice. If your liver enzyme levels AST or ALT are more than twice the normal range, or if imaging has shown fibrosis, please consult a physician before making significant dietary changes. Additionally, people with diabetes or kidney disease should discuss any dietary adjustments with their healthcare provider. The liver is a silent organ. It gives almost no warning signs as damage accumulates. That silence makes daily choices all the more critical. Replacing 1 glass of fruit juice with whole fruit or water starting today is a decision that your liver will reflect back to you in blood test results 3 months from now. If this information was useful to you, please share it with someone who needs it.